Hello all, welcome to Clear Technologies and welcome to MuleSoft Advanced Course. So as part of this course, today we will be discussing one more important topic in MuleSoft or in any integration platform, which is nothing but non-functional requirements. You might have heard about this word NFR, NFR, NFRs, and which is nothing but non-functional requirements. And in short form, we call it as NFR, right? So we will be discussing about what is NFR and what are the different factors or what are the different things that we can make our API more reliable, secure, or more fast by implementing all these non-functional requirements, and how to gather these requirements. Okay, because these are completely different from functional requirements. So what is the difference between functional requirements and non-functional requirements? What is NFR? So all these basics things we will cover in this video, and we will be discussing about what are the different NFRs available and what are the different NFRs we are going to implement in our MuleSoft by using which different tools, like by using Cloud Hub or Studio or any connectors like that. We will be doing a deep dive into this non-functional requirement topic. And also, once we are discussing all these things, we will be discussing more of API policies, different API policies, how we can implement in our MuleSoft API. We will be discussing most of the policies in this particular topic. So this particular topic, it will be 3 to 4 videos. It will become, so please don't miss. This is the first video related to this NFR topic, and this could be more of theoretical. I will explain what is what and how we can do everything in depth. From next video onwards, everything will be practical. So first we will be discussing about all these basics, and then we will be discussing about different policies with completed demo, and then we will discuss about any custom policy, how we can implement in MuleSoft. Later on, we will be discussing about other non-functional requirements, how we can implement by using different connectors or different methods in MuleSoft. So this is what the agenda for this particular topic. I hope you are clear about this agenda. So let's get started. So what is NFR? Non-functional requirements are a set of specifications that describe operating capabilities and limitations of the system. This is somewhat complex sentence. This is the definition which we will see, right? So this is somewhat complex. Let me make it in easy way. Let me make you understand this particular topic in easy way. Okay. So NFRs are nothing but it's a quality attributes of the system. Okay. So first of all, you need to understand what is functional requirements and what is non-functional requirements. Okay, so to do that, to understand it little better, I will show you one normal example, which is nothing but our Abibus example. Okay, so let's take, this is the abibus.com website where we are going to book our tickets, buses or trains or flights, whatever the different features available here. So we are going to discuss, we are going to use these kind of services from this Abibus, right? So here you need to understand what is functional and what is non-functional. First thing. Okay. So let's say I want to book a bus from Hyderabad to Bangalore today. Once I click on today, it will show me the number of buses available with different times and what are different costs and all. This is nothing but functionality. Once we click on search, this should bring all the buses information from the database and it will display here. This is one functionality of this particular website. Okay, then once let's take for this example, once I click on show seats, it should display the seats structure for me to select. This is another functionality. See, once I click on show seats, it should be showing what are seats booked, what are the available seats, and what are on hold, what are ladies seats and all, based on these particular requirements. So this is another functionality. Once I click on this seat, and then once I select this seat, it will be it should show me the bus structure. And once I select this payment one. Okay, once I select destination and dropping point and pickup point, once I select the seat, once I have selected all these three values, now this button should be enabled. Earlier it is not enabled, right? You observed that. So if I didn't select anything, see, it is disabled. This is also another functionality. So once the customer or once the person who are going to book this seat, they need to select the seat, they need to select the boarding point and dropping point, then only this button should be enabled. This is another functionality. And once I click on continue, it should show me the login button if I didn't log in, and if I already log in, it will navigate me through the payment gateway. And once I do the payment by providing all my details, see, this is the another page, right? So here I need to fill the passenger details and payment details, everything. Then I need to pay this amount. Once I click on this continue to pay, by filling all these details, it will navigate me to payment gateway, where by using credit card or whatever the medium you may be, it may be we need to pay that amount. So this is the functionalities. These are all steps which we have seen one by one until unless we book the complete seat, until unless we get the confirmation by paying the amount. These are all the different kind of functionalities, different features. Now come back to our topic. What is non-functional requirements then? So these are all the functionalities. What are the non-functional requirement? So whenever I click this abibus.com, it should be available for me 24/7. So if I select this by 12 p.m., if I don't want to book this ticket right now, maybe if I want to book this ticket later on after 1 hour or after 2 hours, this website should be available for me. So whenever I want to book this ticket, whenever I want to use this particular website, this abibus.com website should be available for me 24/7. That is my non-functional requirement. So that is not the functional. That is not the function, but that is our requirement, which that is the quality of this particular website. So it should be available 24/7 for me. And then once I click on this show seats, it will show me the seats within seconds. It should not take more than minutes. See, once I click on the show seats, it is displaying me within 1 or 2 seconds, right? Let's assume that once I click on the show seats, it will take much time, like 1 hour. Then it will show the seats. Is that the good one? No, right? So it should respond immediately. It should respond at least within seconds. It should not take more than minutes or hours something. It should show me in different, it should respond me within different seconds, and it should respond very quickly. This is also one another non-functional requirements. So this website should be available for me 24/7. Whenever I want to book, I want to open it, and it should be available for me. And then whenever I click on any button, for example, whenever I click on search to search the buses, and whenever I click on this show seats, and whenever I book the ticket, whenever I select the seat, it should respond me immediately without any delay. It should respond me within seconds. So that is nothing but response time. It should respond me within seconds or immediately. That is another non-functional requirement, right? And once I selected the seat, and once I select all these details and all, then it navigate me through the passenger details, right? Let me show you that page. So it navigate me here in this passenger details page. So whenever I enter my details, whenever I save or whenever I book this ticket, my details should be secure. So this abibus.com should not display or disclose my details to others. So because we are going to provide our Aadhaar card number or any sensitive information, we are going to provide our mobile number, email, our name, everything, all the basic details we will be giving here. In here, the Aadhaar card is also sensitive information for us, along with mobile number. So all this data should be secured. This data should not be disclosed by abibus.com to others. So that is another non-functional requirement. It is nothing but security. And whenever we enter our payment details, like our billing, our credit card details or our Google Pay or whatever the medium you are going to pay the amount, that details also should be secured, right? If my bank details, credit card details are shared to someone else, they can misuse it. There is no security, right? So that data also need to be secured. So the security is also one of my non-functional requirements. Which all these non-functional requirements are common and basic requirements and mandatory requirements for all the functionalities. So Abibus is one website. It has lot of functionalities like these buses, trains, flights, hotels, and everything. Everything. It has lot of features or lot of functionalities, and to perform those functionalities, to utilize those functionalities, those requirements are functional requirements, right? So that should satisfy my requirement. Along with that, along with the actual functionality, we have these non-functional requirements also, which is common for all the functions or all the functionalities or all the features, and it will make my particular product or it will make my particular API which is more reliable, which is more secure, and which is more what is that? More quick to perform and all. So in simple way. So here itself we have seen three different requirements. Which one is availability, which is nothing but 24/7. This website should be available for me to use this. And another one is the response time. It should respond me very quickly. And the third one we have discussed is security. My data should be secured. So these are all the couple of non-functional requirements. So like this, now you understand what difference between functional and non-functional requirements, right? So now let's go back to our presentation and see, along with this, we have lot of non-functional requirements. We have discussed these three, right? So now write this, now read this sentence. So NFRs describe the quality attributes of the system. Unlike the functional requirements, they focus on how the system behaves under different conditions. Okay, so functional requirements are different. It is the actual functionality. Okay, that should be well and good without errors and all. That is fine. But along with that, the non-functional requirements will focus on how this system behaves under different conditions. So if load is more, for example, at a time 10,000 users or 20,000 users are using the same website, it should handle those 20,000 requests and it should respond, it should process those 20,000 requests successfully. That is also one of another non-functional requirement, right? So these are under different conditions of how this particular system or particular API, in our case, particular API or a particular application, which it will behave under different conditions, like how it will perform, how the security, how the reliability, like that. So this is nothing but non-functional requirements. Now you understand what is functional and non-functional requirements. Let's see what are the different non-functional requirements available. Okay, then let's discuss all these things one by one in a simple way. Then we will see with some example. So first one is high availability. What is meant by high availability? What it defines means how well a system is available in the event of any system failures. This guarantees business continuity. So what is meant by high availability? What it will explain to us means how well a system is available in the event of any system failures. System means here you can understand, you can correlate it with our API, because in MuleSoft we are going to implement different APIs, right? So how this API is available in the event of any failures. So high availability will describe that. We need to implement this high availability non-functional requirement to our APIs, which will let us know like how the system will behave in case of any failures, how the API will behave in case of any failures. So what is scalability? Scalability means how well a system can handle an increase in the number of requests or workloads. So all of a sudden, if the requests or load is increasing, like for example in our Amazon.com, if there is normally in general daily basis, no one will order bulk of orders or no one will do much shopping on Amazon.com, right? So whenever if there is an sale or whenever if there is an offer going on, say for example today only 10,000 users are accessing the Amazon.com to order something, 10,000 users, but there is any we have seen lot of sales, right? Great Indian Festival, something like that. So in that time, at a time 1 lakh members will attack this Amazon.com and they will place the orders. So that is unexpected, or maybe they are providing the sale that is expected, but the load is increased all of a sudden. So in that situations, how your API will behave in case of any increasing of number of requests? Your API should not go down. You should handle that many number of requests. So how well you design your API to handle this scalability? So that is all the another thing. Then next one, performance. How fast a system can respond to any request. So handling load is different, handling much more requesting number of requests and workloads is different, and how fast it is handling those requests is different. Okay, so how fast your API can respond to any request, that is performance that we have seen, just example. So it is in our abibus.com also, it responds within seconds whenever we click on any button, right? That's it. Next, security. How well a system is protected against any unauthorized request or malicious attacks or data breaches. So these are all terminologies used in our IT. I mean, in our system software terminology, right? So how well a system is protected the data. In our general case, our simple example, how well the particular API or particular this abibus.com will protect my data, my passenger information and my payment information, my credit card and whatever it may be. And then reliability. How well the system is designed. The percentage of failures should be small and the system should be reliable. Reliable data, reliable real-time data, reliable data it should handle. I mean, how the system is reliable to handle all the requests in such a way, in a I mean, it should produce only very small percentage of failures. So we will discuss this reliability in detail, because we have another topic, reliability pattern, which we are going to implement in MuleSoft. In our advanced course, we have a separate topic for this, so don't worry about it right now. Okay. So next one is data integrity. How well a system is designed to minimize the risk of data breaches. This is also somewhat related to the security, but it is a separate one which we can take care of it. So data integrity. How well a system is designed to minimize the risk of data breaches. It is self-explanatory, right? Then fault tolerance. How well a system is designed so that it can recover in the events of failures or system crashes. So first thing, we need to make sure the reliability. It should produce only minimal failures or no failures. So even though if some failures are occurs, then we need to handle that failures and system crashes in an effective way. By not losing any data or not losing anything, we need to recover that, or we need to set up that system as soon as possible. That functionality is nothing but fault tolerance, that requirement. Okay. Then disaster recovery. So in case of any natural disasters, or in case of any sudden power issues, sudden failures, fault tolerance means it will affect only one or two APIs or something, but disaster recovery means it may affect more number of systems or more number of APIs. So DR involves applying IT technologies best practices to mitigate the effects of cyber attacks. So any cyber attacks or natural disasters or anything occur, your complete business will go down. So in that case, how the disaster recovery is applied, how you are managing this disaster recovery to your applications. In case of any unexpected thing, how you will recover the data, how you will set back your APIs or your system back to normal. Okay, so that is nothing but disaster recovery. So these are all the things, these are all different non-functional requirements we will be applying in general for any integration platform, right? So what are the different tools available in MuleSoft to perform or to apply all these non-functional requirements? Okay, so as we know, MuleSoft is having only one development tool, which is Anypoint Studio, and everything managing and everything will be in Cloud Hub, right? So you can just correlate that Cloud Hub will help us to implement this performance, scalability, and availability non-functional requirements. And API Manager in the Cloud Hub will help us to implement this security, compliance, and usability kind of non-functional requirements. And while in kind of development, okay, in terms of development, error handling and retry scopes and retry mechanisms, these are helpful for us to implement reliability and fault tolerance non-functional requirements. That's what I said. So we have different things, different combination of things to implement these non-functional requirements. Not only with the Cloud Hub, we are doing in multiple stages. And object store. So by using object store, we can perform the caching and performance optimization kind of non-functional requirements. And multi-region deployment and backup systems are there to configure in Cloud Hub, which will help us to implement the disaster recovery non-functional requirement. Okay, see why the need of, what is the need of non-functional requirements? If you have any doubt what is the need of these non-functional requirements, why we need to bother about all these things, because whatever the functionality is there, we will implement the code and we will do it, we will deliver it, right? So functionality wise it is working fine. Why we need to bother about a non-functional requirements means, see, if even though if you do well and good all the coding part and all things under one, even though if you deliver the API with very quality thing, if that API is not working in all the different conditions, then what is the use of implementing that? It is completely waste, right? See, for example, if you have this WhatsApp or Google Pay, okay, so if Google Pay is not available for you to do the payments in our circumstances until unless the internet is not there, so if that is not available for different services, then what is the use of that Google Pay? Who will use that Google Pay? No one will use it, right? Then the application will go down, even though if they implemented the code very very quality way, in very effective way, there is no use if that application is not working fine in different conditions, and it will work, it is not securing our data. If there is some security breaches in that particular application, or if that application is taking much time to get the response, then what is the use of implementing that much code, right? So non-functional requirements are very important to implement in our APIs along with the actual functional requirements. So that is the need of non-functional requirements. So it is very important to think about non-functional requirements whenever you are designing an API or whenever you are designing any integration in MuleSoft or any other platform. Okay, this is not specific to MuleSoft, but to implement any code or to deliver anything, any API or anything, non-functional requirements are also plays very important role along with the actual functionalities. That point you need to remember. Okay, then we will be discussing about this e-commerce scenario, this example, and how to implement these non-functional requirements into this particular use case scenario. Okay, these things we will discuss in our next video, and then along with that we will be discussing these many policies. Along with this, I want to cover other important policies as well. So in our next video we will be discussing a couple of examples, real-time examples, and then followed by we will be discussing all the policies demo. Theoretically I will explain it for 1 or 2 minutes, but then we will be discussing everything by implementing it practically in Anypoint platform. Okay, so everything will be in practical way from next video onwards. Maybe first 10 to 15 minutes it will be theoretical to explain these things. Okay, then everything will be on hands-on. Then we will be discussing about one custom policy. I'll write content once we build that custom policy in front of you. Okay, so once we are done with all these policies, then we will be in good shape to implement different categories of policies to implement these NFRs in API. Okay, that's it for this video. Right, so let's meet in another video, next video. I hope this video is useful to you, and don't forget to go through all the videos, okay, because we'll be discussing everything in hands-on from next video onwards, so don't miss the content. Okay, thank you.